short, and that pulled away. Was in the air for quite some time. I'm so sure he got full hold of it. In fact, he did. Picks up 6 runs. Exchanges a few words with Ian Butler. Game on here at the Queen's Park Stadium. It's 11 without loss. Again, Bond just trained down the leg side. Helped on its way. Another boundary to Christopher Gale. So just pushing that ball down the leg side.
Well, a good example, when the ball goes finer, it's faster. You'll notice the last one was collected by Butler down there at finally. Didn't have a chance here. Doesn't even come into frame.
Well, that's dispatched. Hammered it. In the air. Didn't clear mid-on by all that much, but it was travelling.
Well, look how short that is for someone of Astor's pace. I think also just to the left of mid-on as well. Daniel Vittori there.
Nicely driven by Christopher Gale. That's a beautiful shot this morning. Well, if that sets the standard, we're in for a cracking day.
You wouldn't think this is the first ball he's faced, Chris Gayle, but he got the leg forward. Just hit through the line. This is an absolutely superb pitch for batting. No movement whatsoever from the ball, only movement off the bat.
Nicely tickled, just past a despairing dive from Robbie Hart. Fine tickle down to fine leg. Another boundary.
Well, this is the 3rd boundary of the morning. Well away from Robbie Hart. He wouldn't have gotten there if he knew it was coming. Nice delicate leg glance.
Near, but safe. And another boundary for the West Indies. Bond won't mind that too much, because batsmen will be giving him a chance.
Well, they're playing very positive today, the West Indians. They know that scoring quickly is also a necessary part of today's proceedings. It's also an indication of how good the track is to bat on. Hit it on the up.
That's a fine on drive. Stepped into it and hammered it down the ground for a half century to Chris Gayle. It's well played.
Yeah, that's his 6th boundary in 50. Notice how he closes the face here slightly, just to get it on the on side of the stumps, and in between the stumps and mid-on. Hitting, in other words, with the tide as the turn came in. Just got to the pitch of the ball.
And instead, he goes through extra cover. A very good shot from Chris Gayle. A classical extra cover drive.
Yes, Daniel Vittori giving the ball quite a bit of air. This is a good shot. Strokes this, gets the right foot to the pitch of the ball, keeps the head still, keeps the head steady, and strokes the ball.
That is a top shot from Christopher Gale. Just stood up and hit it straight down the ground, and it's gone all the way to the boundary.
This is a super shot. Just stood up straight, got his right elbow up nice and high, and just punched it down the ground. Valiant effort there by Daniel Vittori.
In the bit of fortune going the way of Chris Gayle on that occasion. Played away from the body, well away.
Yes, it's a bit wide. Didn't get his foot anywhere close to it. Head in the air, lifted his head. See the head there going up. A bit of good fortune for him.
Well swept. Clears away very quickly to the boundary for 4. Well, that eases the pressure a bit. Christopher Gale has looked in very good form this morning.
Well, of course, the man now is on the offside. He was out there square just an over ago, so Fleming at the moment looking to attack, but it's created a gap. Gale reaching well out in front of himself, hitting well out and getting it nice and square.
Excellent bit of fielding. Beautiful shot. Finds the gap for a run. More magic from Christopher Gale.
Well, the 11th boundary for Gale here, piercing the gap. Just a 4 on the offside, 5 on the onside for Daniel Vettori, turning the ball back into the left-handed Chris Gayle.
Quarry. And gets 4 runs. Full toss and puts it away. Puts it to the right of mid-off. And down to the boundary for another 4 for Chris Gayle. That's his 12th now. Moves to 86.
And that is a gift. Full toss just in the zone. And he's found the gap regularly today, Chris Gayle.
Well, he might have tried it. Beat the short extra cover. Mid-off was too slow to get after that. And Christopher Gale pierces the field and is set exactly for him to prevent that type of shot. But he got it through.
Well, it's been a controlled innings by Chris Gayle, mixed with aggression. This is a lovely shot. Oh, real movement of the feet. Drives through the line. I would have kept battle on until Chris Gayle got his 100.
Very powerful stroke it through the covers. That's his 100. Chris Gale's second test 100.
Oh yes, he is delighted and sorry for his teammates. Played well, just that 1 or 2 blemishes the last hour or so, but a very solid knock by Chris Gayle. Played with a lot of control, selected his shots well, and he needs to go on now. He's got to do 100. He has to go on.
Oh, well bowled, Scott Starris. Gale gets away with this one, actually. I think he was deceived.
Yes, this was certainly one of those streaky ones. And he bowled that really well, Scott Starris.
One going the other way. And he's got too much leg side on it. And Gale cashes in. So 4 off the over. It's 234 for 3.
In the air. And safe. But only just slapped away. Almost flat batted by Christopher Gale. Mark Richardson took off. Went with it. After it with 2 hands. Couldn't get there.
Almost at the toe end of the bat. I think he was trying to hit this maybe just through the leg side. Wasn't that far away from Richardson.
Oh, that's pulled away nicely. On one leg. Almost a la Brian Lara. Christopher Gale just cutting loose with the new ball. Sometimes the faster it comes, the faster it goes.
You're right. We saw the advantages of it. The new ball, that is, when Hooper was dismissed. Now we've seen Chris Gayle, who's faced the first ball of the innings, faced the first new ball, now capitalizing on the second one. Just too short from Ian Butler. Needs to get his length right.
Almost looked like another West Indian opener. Good Greenwich. Oh, he's hit that ever so hard. Richardson doesn't have to dive at that one. That's 4 more. The crowd almost going into a frenzy. Powerful boundaries from Christopher Gale.
Well, he's seeing it early. He just stands on this, crashes it down the ground, through the line. 121. When you see something like this, you'll see it early because he's been at the crease for a long time.
And very few of them have been gliding away. That's another brilliant short-arm jab to wide long on. Well, Christopher Gale has exploded into action here. And Ian Butler must wonder what's hit him.
Well, he's picked his gap here, deliberately picking the gap, closing the face of the bat quite late.
It's a no ball. It's going out of the ground. It's huge. It's six. That was straight out of the middle of the bat. A no ball from Shane Bart. And Christopher Gale is in astounding form.
This is an imperial shot. Picked up the ball very early, and he hardly looked to hit it at all. It's just in such fluency. It's absolutely tremendous.
And going back and just standing up straight, hammering down the ground. And will go all the way. Really a powerful man, Chris Gayle. Didn't seem to have timed that at all.
Dragged it from outside off stump. Perhaps was looking to get it a little bit square.
My goodness. Ooh. Mid-off was no more than a couple of yards away from that, and he hardly moved before the ball had passed him.
Well, the mid-off didn't even get down, Tony. Couldn't even get into a stride. It was struck so powerfully.
Fair straight drive. That brings up his 150. Good save by Vettori. 151 for Chris Gayle as the over ends with the West Indies 3-11 for 4.
One bounce over the boundary, 4 runs.
Well, the celebrations continue. This is just dragged down a little and using a strong bottom hand. Gale's just whacked that away.
Beautiful shot. Again, he really had to use the strength of the wrist to get that ball away. Vettori suffering again.
He just drops it down again, Vettori, doesn't he? And he's able to see the ball. This is not fast turn. There's a little bit of turn, as you can see in your monitors, but it's not quick turn at all.
View of the sea, very therapeutic. And they might be in need of some therapy here, the New Zealand bowlers, because that's 4 more. The deficit now just 41. Daniel Vettori's taken some stick.
Well, he's in his 26th over. He's gone for 85 runs. And you can see once again the lazy bounce from this pitch. There it is, and Gale's able to go back.
It was not seen or heard by umpire Becker. More power, more runs. It really has been the order of the day. Daniel Vettori probably doesn't even know where his next wicket is coming from.
Oh, this is a lovely stroke. Look, this comes back. Just waiting on it and laying himself on top of there. That's just a nice stroke from Chanderpaul.
And that's going to go all the way to the boundary. Struck with another dose of firm power. Even the diving effort couldn't stop it.
It's a good shot. We've seen today.
Good shot again from Chris Gayle. It's gone through. Matt Horn diving at it, couldn't get a hand to it. Runs into the boundary markings.
Well, he's really struck the ball well today, Chris Gayle. Struck that very powerfully. Valiant effort there from Matt Horn. Couldn't quite get to it.
Speaking of volcanic, that is an eruption once again from Chris Gayle. Almost running out of ways to describe this innings.
Slower ball, one of the off-cutters. Scott Styris ball so well. Chris Gayle equals to the task. Oh, he struck that beautifully.
So there's the situation of the game. Crowd now anticipating Gale's double 100, bombed into it. And dropped. Hit very hard to the left of the diving fielder at cover. Matt Horn, the substitute, on for Craig McMillan. It was travelling. He had to fly through the air to get the left hand to it, but he did get the hand to it and put it down.
New Zealand have had to wait a long time for chances. Diving effort from Matthew Horn to his left. Hit powerfully by Gale. Only got the left hand to it. Had it spilled from there. Still on 199.
That's it. Crowd rises and cheers and waves and jumps and shouts. And Gale will come back for the second. Spectators are coming up to the ground to hail Chris Gale's double 100. Pandemonium in Queen's Park. Second double 100 by West Indian for the season, following Carl Hooper's 233 in the first test against India back in April. It's Chris Gale's third double 100 at first class level. Got one for the West Indies in Zimbabwe last year and one for Jamaica against West Indies B. There's the coach, Roger Harper. He knows the value of this innings, quite apart from the excitement and the exhilaration that is caused around the ground. And given finally. Gale stands there, fine delivery from Bond. A belated decision by umpire Venkatragavan, and a magnificent innings of 204 by Chris Gayle is ended. Comes off shaking his head. Fine delivery by Shane Bond. Our umpire Venkatragavan just having a little time to consider and then raising the finger in that characteristic fashion of his. 385 for 5. Here it is.